Oh, he never dropped out a ninja for me. He just went robotic.
Well, I don't think the stream is up anymore either. Then, it's one of you check.
Stream, it reset. I'm looking at it in the mod view. So now I'm in an ad again.
What the
Just
hell?
It does appear to be running still.
Mm-hmm.
But it did restart, it looks like.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it restarted.
Yep.
I don't know what just happened, but okay, computer. Thank you for that. Anyway, where are we at? 3. 3 is up. So you cast the healing spell and you jumped off a wall and healed as well, right?
Yes, only healing has happened. Besides falling, healing is the only thing that's
Right.
happened.
The jumping off the wall and hitting the ground, I think, is the more um uh notable event. So he's gonna go over here. And it'd be like, hey, you stop whatever it is you're doing.
I'm just gonna hold up my empty hands.
What?
I'm just gonna hold, as he says that, I'm just gonna hold my empty hands up.
Yeah, he's going to attack you anyway. Actually, Songbird, he did step away from you.
Remember, you're prone, you would have a disadvantage, but you can still try.
I can try to swing at his ankles.
Alright, so you grab your sword off the ground and swipe at him?
Yep.
Disadvantage.
Which one?
Well, you're prone,
one
so it should automatically do it. It was number 3.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold on a second. Oy.
You missed.
Yeah, that kind of figure.
Alright. This one here, though, will see you swipe at him, so he will swing at you.
Rude.
I rolled 2 6s. With advantage, I rolled 2 6s. Oh my god, these guys.
That's what
I need combatants. This one was unconscious. Yeah, I know. This one here is going to see all this nonsense going on. The decisions. No, his body's there, so he's only gonna go to there. As he walks away from you, Jenny, he's gonna like, restrain her. And he's gonna go over and take a swipe at Songbird on the ground.
Dick.
You can do something when he walks away. I mean, well, no, you don't have a weapon now, so.
Yeah, I'm not trying to draw attention to myself because I'm still trying to get over there so I can.
Yeah, I know.
Heal them.
All right, so that's gonna be a hit on Songbird with a longsword.
Rude. No decorum.
Oh my god, how did you survive that? What kind of heal did you get? And then he's gonna kick you in the face. I'm so glad I said it was a kick. So, unarmed attack is strength plus...
It's just
1, right? Strength plus 1?
I don't know, I'm not the right person to ask.
For damage, yes, strength plus 1.
Alright, so he's going to hit you for 4 points normal, but it's a crit, so it's 8 points. So he hits you for 8 points non-lethal.
Ugh.
Does that knock you out?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you? You're unconscious again. He just booted you.
Wasted a decent spell. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. That was 15 feet of movement. And there's a bunch of dead people. So that would be 10. He can't get to you, Vero, so he's going to go as far as he can, which is actually there. So, they're having a conversation, but now you guys are out of earshot. Astrid, you hear him yelling from the other side. He's like, should I climb over? Vero.
I guess I'll stand up.
Okay. Let's take prone off of you. Prone is gone. Go.
Okay, and conscious enough to see that guard 3 swung at Elios, correct?
Guard 3 did swing at Elios, yes.
Okay, then I'll just try to hit him then.
That's gonna hit guard 3. Oh god.
And then I'll hit him again.
Nice.
That one misses.
Damn. And then I'll just use my last key point to do patient defense again.
Alright.
And that'll be my turn.
Where's guard 1?
Right by V.
So he's gonna do what he was told. He's gonna come over and basically like grab one of your arms, Jania.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grapple. So are you resisting? You can.
I mean, no, because I want him to have his guard down if
Okay.
there comes a point in time where I can get away from him so I can go heal the rest of my party.
That's fine. So basically he's gonna walk over to you and like grab your arm, like, you know, right at the bicep.
Mhm.
Yeah, like you take somebody into custody. So he's gonna kind of do that, and he's gonna put an arm underneath, and you see another one coming from your right. So they're basically both walking towards you, but this one got there first. So if you're not
Okay.
contesting it, usually a contested grapple is you can roll strength or dex against a strength roll. But if you're not contesting it, they just grab you. So you are grappled right now. It's also your turn.
I'm gonna try to talk him down and be like, look, man, I'm just standing here. I'm not doing anything. I'm not armed.
So he looks like he agrees with you, but it also looks like he is following orders because he was told to restrain you. So he's just like, I'm just doing what I'm told, ma'am. Like I'm not even entirely sure how this cluster happened.
Neither am I. It seems like an awful waste of lives and time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm basically just gonna try to, like I said, kind of talk him down and have him let go of me.
Alright. I will let you roll a persuasion check. Against his basically his insight. So he's definitely not holding you hard. He's not, he doesn't seem to be like nervous or anything. He seems pretty like this is another day at work kind of thing. While he's touching your arm, he's not like clenching it, white knuckling or anything. He's honestly seems to be paying more attention to what's going on with the captain of the guard or their leader.
Mm-hmm.
So he does keep a hand on you, but he is not keeping you from moving, if that makes sense. Like he'll know you moved as soon as you did, but he's just kind of like resting his hand on you, like, don't give me any trouble and we won't have any more issues kind of thing.
I don't want any trouble. I just want to go check on my friend.
He's gonna say not yet.
All right, I'm gonna just be like, act like I'm resigned to whatever it is that he feels like he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got way more health than I do. So I'm basically going to hold an action. But if I don't want to hold a spell because then I lose that spell.
Yes, unless it's a cantrip. I mean,
It's
you
not.
lose it even though it's a cantrip, you lose it. But cantrips are unlimited, so.
Yeah.
Also, if you start casting a spell, it's kind of noticeable.
Mm-hmm. But at that point, I will have casted the spell and I won't care. So, but anyway, I'm just gonna act like I'm resigned to whatever it is he feels like he needs to do.
Okay. Roz.
Okay. Colossus Slayer. And 2 attacks on 6.
So that will hit. Okay, slow down just a little.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that one will hit as well, but he went down.
6 to start.
So there's anything else?
On my second one, he went down, or the first one he went down?
The first one. That's why I tell you, slow down a little bit.
Well, if I could see if I was hitting and killing, that would be nice.
Oh, wait till I tell you,
Okay.
and then you'll know.
So I guess that was my second swing, was as he was going down.
Yep.
So I don't get a swing at one of the other ones.
You committed it to the one that went down. That is a death. That's a 1. So you've had a 20 and a 1 on your death save, Songbird. That's 2 fails.
If it was non-lethal damage, would she be in death saves?
No, she wouldn't be, but I like the drama.
Of course you would. But also, I was going to ask you about using an inspiration, but I don't know how to use an inspiration during the death throw.
You have to say it before.
You have to say, we have to say it before, and I have to turn it on. But
Okay, so pressing it doesn't do
no,
anything.
not for you, because it actually rolls on my screen. But
Oh.
it's just rolling because you went to 0. Remember, he kicked you. So he did non-lethal damage. So he just knocked you out. You shouldn't be rolling death saves, but I like the drama. Where's 5? Oh, in front of Roz. Okay. So he's gonna yell for help. And then take a swipe at Roz. This one. Pass turn. Pass turn. Let's go. Thank you. This one is the one that was going over to Ginia to grab her other arm. So he's just gonna. Basically, they got you on either arm. 6 is dying. 7 is going to make an attack on Roz as well. My God. 4.
Unconscious.
Unconscious. Thank you. Elios.
I have a question about a spell. That spell being Alter Self.
What's
So
the question?
one of the options that it gives me is that I grow a natural weapon of some kind. Since the spell is an action, would I be able to cast it and attack at
No.
the same time? No? Okay. Well, then I'm not using that this time. Pick something else. I'm going to cast Shadow Blade because that's a bonus action. And then I'm going to stab guard 3 with my shadow sword.
Okay. That's gonna miss guard 3.
Okay, well, that's my turn.
So guard 3 is the one that's been fighting you, but he's gotten kicked by Vero. But then you tried to stab him, so he will try to stab you back. Oh gosh, these dice. 10. Oh, this is the one that moved up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's going to stab at Vero. That hits you, Vero, even with your patient defense. 17.
Yeah, it's just my typical luck. I've been crit on a disadvantage. It's
You weren't crit, and
no, not this instance, but I have been crit when someone had disadvantage.
he's
with this character.
unconscious. All right, this one, he's gonna hear the cry for help. I just don't want to step on this token. He's gonna go over here. And first attack misses. Second attack, that will hit. Roz is down. And then he is going to turn back around and kind of look at the battlefield from their vantage point up there. I know what they're doing. Vera.
I'm gonna go for 3 because he keeps attacking Helios and see if I can knock him out.
Okay.
See what happens.
Yeah.
I knock him out, I think.
I'm pretty
I'll roll
sure
the
he's
damage
not
either
down.
way, but he is unconscious for sure.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you said it because you hit him so hard it was an instant death.
Yeah, I don't kill people. Look.
You did 14
Holy
points
crap.
of damage on that dude. Oh my god.
And
Lucky
then I'm
hands.
going to attack with my next one. I'm going to attack guard 3. Wait, no, sorry. Guard 10.
That one will
And
miss.
then I'll use... I don't have any more key points, so I'll use my bonus action to hit him again.
Okay.
Try to, at least.
That one will hit.
And he's unconscious.
All right. Oh my goodness.
And that would be my turn.
This one is kind of like holding on to Ginny, but looking back at the battle, and he's like, watch her. And he's gonna take a step towards you. Thing is, with all the dead people on the ground, I don't think he can reach you. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, he can get there.
We've made a barricade of bodies over here in the corner.
I know. Like, they're stacked like 3 deep in certain places. He's gonna struggle to get to there. He's gonna hit you with a stick. Ginny, you're not doing anything against him, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, they would have just stayed put.
That misses. Did I attack you? Yeah, I did. Okay. Ginny, it's actually your turn.
Well, I mean, if I move, guard 12 can take an opportunity attack.
Yes. Remember, he's also holding on to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can I... Telling me doesn't really need to hold on to me. I'm not doing anything. And then sort of, because I would assume that we were both watching what's going down over by the gate.
Yeah, he's like, so the two of them holding you. The one that grabbed you the first time was like, watch her, and like turned to go help because Vero's standing up kicking people in the face, and he's holding on to you. So he's standing next to you, like holding your arm, watching what's happening, but he's a little bit behind you. So like you're standing in front of him, and he would have like your right arm, and he's just behind you holding you.
So would I be able to cast Prayer of Healing on Songbird, Vero, and Elios and myself?
Prayer of Healing, that has all kinds of like components, right? Like verbal, semantic, and material.
Verbal?
Just verbal.
Just verbal.
So I would say yes then. If it's just verbal, it's just gonna be a matter of how like subtle you could be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say stealth check. Wouldn't be sleight of hand.
Sleight of mouth.
So the problem with that though is if you roll stealth, you're wearing armor and you're already going to be at disadvantage. And I don't think trying to whisper something.
Just give yourself advantage so it's a straight roll.
Yeah, give yourself advantage because you're not the armor. You're not trying to be. You're just trying to be deceitful, but it's well, actually, deception might work too. I don't know which. Make a case for one. Which one do you want to use?
I mean, honestly, they're all the same.
All right.
They're all +2, so.
All right. I would
I'll go sleight of hand.
No,
just
sleight.
because.
Okay, yeah, sleight of hand won't give you the disadvantage.
Yep.
All right. Oof. All right. So when you go to start casting your spell, he is going to give you a shake, but you can get your spell off
Okay.
because it's your turn. So he can't. He doesn't have a reaction to stop you. He was just supposed to keep an eye on you, but now he sees you as a combatant.
Okay. So I want to make it a 3rd level spell, so that would add 1d8 to it. So how do I do that?
When you go to grab the dice to drop it in the thing, hold it. So grab it, hold it with your left mouse button, and then tap the right button, and it'll add another dice. So do you have everybody targeted?
There we go. Yeah, I believe so. Me, Songbird, Vero, and Elios.
Yes.
I just dropped him in the freaking tower and I didn't do anything.
Okay. No, don't drop him in the tower. Drop him in the dice box.
Damn
there
it.
you go. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't do the... I didn't...
Oh, you didn't do the second one. It rolled 2.
Just free roll it, and like it
There
should
be
3.
3, though.
So roll another one, and we'll just add that number to all. Because it's the same for everybody, so just roll another dice. So everybody gets an additional 4 to whatever your health is right now. Well, not everybody, but the people that she targeted. So you all already got the 7, so you get another 4, so you should have 11 points back. Okay?
Yep, got it.
And you just hear, hey! And he gives you like a rough shake.
It's not letting me add the other 4.
No, they'll do it. They'll do it on their own sheets.
But I targeted myself, too.
Oh, you're not letting you add 4 to you?
I had to go to my main, and then I could change the wound number less 4, whatever it was.
Alright, so I added it to Ginia. Is anybody else having a problem?
Mine's done.
Songbird?
Not that I've seen so far.
Did you subtract the 4 after the...
Subtract the 4 after the...
You don't know what just happened.
Didn't. Yeah, you should be at 22. Elios,
Yeah, I'm at 22.
I just changed it for you. Elios, you're correct.
I'm good.
Well, that's the thing I'm confused on because I was grayed out until she healed, and then it took me out of the gray.
Because you're
You were unconscious. You've
you
been
were
healed.
unconscious. You've been healed.
I know. That's why I'm trying to understand why you did the 22.
You have
Went to
22
Did you
damage.
you
You've
missed
been
the
healed.
whole like last 2 minutes? Jinia just healed you. She upcast it, but when she went to upcast it, it didn't add the second dice because first it went into the tower, then went into the thing. No big deal. So she had
Second
to
dice.
so she had to roll a third dice. That's the one we're adding. So you should
Okay.
have got a total of 11 points back. You do
Okay,
now.
that's
You're
where I was
fine
thinking.
now. You just missed like an entire few minutes.
Well, no, I saw that, but my brain only applied it to everybody else and not to me.
That's
And
fair.
I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Get and pass your turn, Ginny. Unless you're doing something else. All right, that's a failed death save on Roz. Songbird, your turn.
Oh, dang it. That one's still awake. I thought everyone was unconscious around me, but no, there's still one awake. God damn it.
He can only hit so many people at a time.
Don't make me laugh. Okay,
Sorry.
I'm gonna stand up with my sword. With my rapier. So I know be prone.
Up with your rapier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me take the prone off. Yeah. All right. It's off.
Mm-mm. And can I... Can I hit guard 1 with the pommel of my rapier?
Can you like punch him in the back of the head? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you make an
Yes.
attack with the weapon. It's just non-lethal. You just have to say it's non-lethal. We don't. Vera doesn't say it anymore because it's assumed. He has to do the opposite. He has to say, "I'm trying to kill this person."
What a scary day that would be.
Yeah, that's when we know shit has gone to hell. So yes, you can make a regular attack. It's just non-lethal. So yes, you want to flavor it that you're hitting it with the pommel. No problem. Knock
Yep.
that sucker out. Go for it. Roll a d20. Roll to attack.
Ah, there it goes.
That is going to miss though.
God damn it.
You have inspirations. I don't know why you're not using them.
You have inspirations. You have an instant crit. You
Yeah,
have
like
so much stuff.
you could have just been like, "I'm done, dead," or you now. I hit you with the basket hill, and you now have a tumor. No. Anyway, if you're not
Well,
gonna
do you
use
want me
them,
to use one of mine right now?
no, too late.
Just do.
No. Okay.
You have to do it beforehand. Anything
Okay.
else?
Someone remind me the next time I swing at somebody.
I got
It's a
you.
big yellow thing on your oh God.
I've got a map covering
Okay.
that part.
You're
I don't
fine.
see it.
All right. Pass your turn then if you're not doing anything else.
trying to get to
We're
that.
guard
There we
5.
go.
I think he's unconscious. No, wait. Guard 5 is awake.
Which one's guard 5? Oh,
He's
okay.
over
He's down.
here.
He's over by Ross.
Yeah, so they're gonna start making their way over this way. There's 12. 12 is going to hit you with his spear. Jania. He's not going to hit you with spear. You kind of bring up your arm and he just whacks the metal on your armor. Let's bring a stick to a metal fight. This one is... Yeah, he's dead. 7 is not dead. He's going to make his way to there. Jumping over stuff, so he will not quite get there. This one is unconscious, I believe, somewhere.
Yep.
Elios, it's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at the big guy.
So where you guys are at, I'm just gonna remind you where you guys are at. Remember, the second floor had the balcony that went all the way around. So the balcony, these little columns that you're looking at right here,
Mm-hmm.
these things, they're holding up the balcony. So the balcony is basically at the edge, but it's like right along this line. And you can hear footsteps above it. Not running or anything, just walking footsteps. All right, go ahead,
Glad they're so
Elias.
casual.
Just
going
for
for the big guy.
clarification, V is supposed to be Chet, right? Or is that a different guy?
This is the
That's
no.
the-
That was the. This is the captain. This is the leader of the guards. That's the V that's left. Chet is down. Chet is. He has like a big gaping hole in his chest because Roz just like stabbed his sword up and through him.
Right. I remember that now. Okay. I'm still doing what I was gonna do.
I don't know what you were doing.
Chaos Bolt on the big guy.
Oh, okay. So that hits. Okay.
We're gonna say that's fire damage. I picked the 3 dice.
All right. So there's a type in there when you cast the damage where it says type. You have untyped. You can fill in
Yeah,
what type
it
of
does that
damage
by-
it is.
It does that by default because it's
Right.
You have to pick them.
Yes. So pick before you do it.
Well, I can't pick until after it rolls because you have to pick from the d8s that roll.
What are you talking about? You have to pick from the d8s that roll.
The rules is based on what d8s are rolled, he can choose one of the damages based off of the
on
roll.
On a hit, the target
types.
takes 2d8 plus a d6. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled determines the attack's damage type.
See, that sucks because that means that's not automated.
I don't know if there is a way to automate that for this spell.
So explain.
That's just a weird
I,
way of
I
doing
can
that
I can
spell.
roll the d8s not as an attack like this, and then roll the attack.
Right.
Roll the
because-
attack without targeting and then decide. And I don't know if that. Well, you would still have to do a bunch of stuff to change the.
No, so this is how you
type
would
thing.
have. This is how I would suggest you do it. You roll the d8s. The d8s can decide the damage type, right?
Yep.
Then take the total of the d8s added to your modifier,
And roll a d6.
and then fix your chaos bolt. Like add a damage type to the chaos bolt, where it's all the same except minus the 2 d8s because you're gonna have them added in the modifier. Does that make sense? And then you can change the damage type
Not
from
even
that
a
point.
little bit.
What are you talking about?
He's done
Your
not understand. He,
explanation did not make sense.
Okay. You rolled the 2 d8s, right?
Right.
Okay. You see where it says advantage, disadvantage? There's a modifier button.
Yes.
So you type in, if you rolled a 12, you type 12 in the modifier. Okay?
Okay.
All right. On the spell itself, you take the same part for the damage, like copy it, make another one, so that you have 2 different ones. So you make a damage type, or you make a damage button for that one, but only use a d6 and leave the type where you can add the type of damage. So right before you roll it, you change it to fire, poison, acid, whatever it is that you're available to do. And then when you roll it, it'll add the d8s to it, and then it'll roll the damage under the correct damage type. Because if you fight something that's, say, immune to fire, you're going to do damage to it that I'm going to have to undo. You see what
Right.
you see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that should work if you do it that way. But that what does hit him, and like he'll take the hit and kind of like go down to one knee. Anything else?
That is the end.
unconscious.
Thank you. Where's 10? Unconscious. A lot of unconscious people. A lot of dead
Unconscious.
people. All right. All right. He's conscious. So he takes the hit and kind of goes down to one knee. And you see him like he goes to stand back up, and he like sighs a little bit and starts walking forward, and you hear from above you.
I'm assuming that was a whistle that was too high pitched for your mic to pick up.
Oh, it was a whistle. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
It was. Well, let me see if I cover it. Did you hear it that time?
No.
Damn it.
No.
So I don't know why it doesn't pick up me whistling. But anyway, there is a whistle. And he looks up towards the whistle. Standing above you, you see Jamna and Carlon kind of looking down. Carlon is holding a crossbow leveled at some of the guards, and Jamna has some dancing lights like twirling around her finger. And she's going to be like, I think we've had enough of that. Let's just call this one a draw, shall we? You see some of the guards look up, look back towards him. He'll take one more step down off of the thing and just like let his arms hang, like swords pointing towards the ground. He says, we keep trying to stop. They keep hitting us.
You keep attacking us. We
Aren't you
keep hitting
unconscious?
you.
Oh, no, you're not.
No, she's up.
She's up. So, he's
Well, if
basically
you hadn't attacked in the first place.
us. I don't. We didn't. We attacked because you started killing.
I only defended myself as I raised my hand.
Yeah,
As there's piles of bodies around me.
they're all like groaning and just on the ground, like, oh. He's like, yeah, you and that one, but the rest of you, and then he'll look towards all the dead.
Self-defense. You guys attacked. You attacked as a big mob. What do you think what's going to happen?
It was supposed to be a fight between that one and that one. And he'll indicate Chet and Roz.
Uh-huh, and you got involved.
Well, the fight, it got out of hand, don't you think?
Vera's just gonna work on getting the barn door open so that I can get to
Knowing
Astrid while this
Chet, it
conversation's
was
happening.
going to get out of hand no matter what. You let loose a crazy person. An obsessed person.
Oh. Like, that one was so much calmer.
And you get backed into a corner. Oh well.
Actually, I think he kind of ran into that corner.
Can we agree to disagree?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would prefer not to get into another fight today.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And this is only going to escalate if we keep going on the way that we are.
Mm-hmm.
No. He looks around and he says, I have several dead soldiers. Ardred is not going to be happy about this. Somebody's going to have to take the blame.
You know who could take the blame? Chet.
And the cat.
Chet challenged the cat.
And
That's what
he
happens
turns
when
and
you
looks and says,
challenge.
they're both dead, so... Unless you
Right.
can bring back my soldiers. It has only been a few moments. Aren't you clerics capable of doing such things? Since it has been a combat, Virginia, you could probably spare the dying on all of them.
I mean, I'm down. This whole thing was stupid, so there's no point in anybody actually dying for it.
He looks up at Jamna. Looks at all of you. Fine. Clean this up. Give her what she needs. Restrain that one. And I'll like point over towards Roz.
No, you restrain Chet, or I'm not going to spare the dying on literally anyone.
He looks back at the ground
Chet's
towards
the one that
Chet.
started it.
He looks back at the ground towards Chet and says, "More trouble than he's worth. Leave that one to the gods." And he like walks away.
Well, I guess I better get busy sparing the dying then.
Okay.
Me and Elias are trying to get the door open.
Such a charming man.
You can start clearing all the bodies out of the way and eventually get the door open. Astrid's like, as you open the door, Astrid's climbing over one of them. He's like, "Hi."
Oh. Oh
You
my
didn't
God.
say anything.
I know. I was a little busy. Did guard one move out of the way when I was trying to get the door open?
They will kind of move out of the way. I mean,
Okay.
there's a whole bunch of bodies. It takes you a few minutes. It's not difficult. But like, where guard one, there was 2 other bodies stacked there. So you were creating
few
like your
bodies.
own little wall.
Oh, at least if I can get my side open, really.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
fine. So Astrid will come in. Like, "Hi." Oh, he kind of looks around. So that's not around me.
I was about to say, what did you do?
Nothing.
That's outside my window.
Okay.
They're not coming for me. They're gone now.
Okay. Wait. So eventually, several guards will come back to. The captain is talking with a couple of the ones that are alive, and they start like basically filing in around him. But of course, everyone is hurt and battered, not looking good.
As the guards are all moving out of the way, can I climb my way over to Raz?
You can.
I'm going to, while he's unconscious, I'm going to pet him and cast Cure Wounds.
Aw. Songbbird's gonna be falling around Junior, just making
Wait,
sure
hold on.
there's no funny business.
So before they let you touch him, Elios, they do tie up his hands.
Oh yeah, I don't stop them.
All right, and then they'll like kind of prop him up. They are going to take the sword and the bow and hand it to the veteran. He looks at them and he like nods towards Jinia.
Who's nodding towards me?
The veteran, the captain of the guards.
I think he wants to give those to you.
Yeah. So one of the soldiers will walk over to you and hand you Roz's weapons. It's like, you're supposed to hold on to these until he calms down. Even though we don't know how he's going to react, but he seems he's more animal than man, so these are for you.
Thank you, and you're wrong, but that he's more animal than man. But carry on.
He just kind of shrugs at you.
Insolence.
Alright. I'm not taking all the blood splatters off, but I am going to clear the battlefield.
Is it okay if I roll Cure Wounds for Raz now?
Yeah, now you can.
He's gonna wake up with me petting him.
Ooh.
Roz will wake up and feel a hand on him, and he doesn't know. So he's going to reach up to grab the hand, and both of his hands are going to come up because they're tied. And he will not be happy. What is this?
We came to an agreement. We stopped fighting. I think technically we won. but we have to not we have to not fight them anymore. They took your things to Jinya. She has them now. Um, but I think we should regroup with the others by the door.
Untie my hands.
I'm gonna walk over so I can try to talk some sense into Roz.
All right,
Because I can see
Carlon,
that he's
Mm.
agitated.
Carlon and Jamna are like also will come down the stairs and like join you guys.
Can you release us?
Yes. I'm sorry, I was just placing tokens. Unlock. Okay,
Mhm.
they should be free now. Carlon says, "Well, that was exciting, wasn't it?"
Could you two please give us a minute?
Roz is going to stand up
Mm.
and trying to point at Jamna, but the other hand comes up. You need to go.
I need to go.
Yes. You could have stopped this, but you waited until who knows what has happened here.
Well, as far as I know, that oath has been murdered, and he's been nothing but trouble since you've met. So I call it a win, and none of them, while beaten and bruised, have lived, and all of you have lived. So got out some of your frustrations, vented, took out one of your
No,
enemies.
no.
Please,
You do not
please
know
step
Roz very
away,
well,
and
do
I'm gonna
you?
put a hand on Roz's arm and say, "Let them walk away, and we can talk.
Untie my hands, please.
Eh,
I
Gemna
will
would be
untie you,
best to wait till
but
later. We'll
we
talk.
have to make sure that everybody sees that you have calmed down." Now, I brought back everybody but Chet to keep the peace and make sure that they don't try to attack us while we're still standing here. So they need to see that you have calmed down.
You do not know Roz.
I need you to trust that I know what I'm talking about.
That one there, the woman there, and the guard boss let this happen. People
I know they
died
did. I
because
know
they
they
let
did.
it happen.
I know they did. And we can deal with that later, but now is not the time.
When is the time?
Not now. Can you
I was
please
called
trust that I
coward
am
because
just as
Roz ran to a place where he could do damage. And then, what, 12, 15 people attack all of our party?
I know it's not right. But now is not the time to pick a fight with Giamna and the guard boss. It is not the right time. We still need to heal. We need to lick our wounds and deal with the situation, but it is not the time to go pick a fight with people who can obviously have all of the guards right back on us again.
We gotta remember the main point of this and everything. Songbirds talking lower, is that these people are part of the cultist group, and we just need.
I'm
They
gonna
do stuff differently than what we do, but we have to just deal with it right now.
So I want to clarify, like, not all of these guards are cultists. Like, you don't recognize every single one of them. There's one or two that you're like, I think that was one of the people from the road. But for the most part, when the cultists got here, they kind of blended into like the workers and stuff and evaporated.
Well, for Songbird, since yeah, Bogluck is just kind of.
Bogluck, yes, that's a different situation, but that's like
Yeah, it's kind of be a generalization for right now.
Right.
It's
The
just kind of
speculation
generally
is
we need to watch it.
right. The speculation is these are all cultists, but you're not
Yeah.
entirely sure because some. Remember, this was sanctioned by Neverwinter,
Mm-hmm.
so there's
Yes, but right
legitimate
now it's
workers
going to be
here.
a generalization.
No,
Yeah, it's just going to be a generalization right now.
no, that's fine.
For
I just
everything.
want to make it clear that they're not all. Where is
Yeah,
Bobby?
but generally we're just going to go with the majority is they're cultists, and we're in their world right now. We just got to figure out what they're doing. That means we might have to play by their rules. It's not fair. They are not fair. The idiot down there has had a problem with you and decided to incite a whole bunch of group. He's been taken care of. Now
Untie
maybe we can get
Ross's
some
hands,
normalcy.
please.
Are you going to stay calm?
He's gonna look at Genia.
Roz, look me in the eyes and promise me that you're going to remain calm. It sucks. I know. I think it sucks too. But we can't start any more fights right now. We have to heal up. We have to make a plan. And picking a fight with people right now is not a plan. Can you promise
Roz
me?
apologizes. This involved you. This was between me and that one.
Mm-hmm. And he dragged everybody else in. But now he's been taken care of.
Untie Ross's hands, please.
Oh, we got a please. That's a positive.
Have you promised me that you're done with this? That there's not going to be any more fighting right now?
There will be no fighting right now.
And that we're going to make a plan and figure out how to move forward together.
As you wish. Untie Ross's hands, please.
Thank you, Ross.
I'm going to give him a very stern look. Because I know he's a cat of his word. And I'm going to untie him.
He's going to rub his wrists. He's going to pick up Helios and hand him to Genia. And walk down off the boxes. And go to Jamna.
Oh, Lord.
Roz hopes you enjoy the entertainment.
Oh, very much so.
Yes. Roz figured you could care less about anything but yourself.
No.
It is quite evident.
Unlike you, I'm here to do a job. And she's talking in like a harsh whisper. She says, I think you are here to do a job too, but you are letting your emotions cloud your judgment. So that's why I hope you got it out of your system. I hope you know what you're here for. And hopefully now you can focus on the job at hand instead of your petty, like, little rivalries.
Roz had no intention of fighting that one back there.
Until you shot him with an arrow?
Until he came with Roz with 2 weapons drawn. Maybe you should get your story straight and quit backing this one over here. And he nods over to the guard captain. You are petty. You are small. You care nothing.
I'm a gnome. Of course I'm small.
Yes, but not in stature. In presence. In mind. You need to remember what your job is. We are here to help you, and you us.
Help me?
Yes.
So you work for me now?
You know what Roz means.
Oh. And I thought we had the same goals.
Exactly.
Okay. I didn't start a
So-
fight.
Neither did Roz.
Mm.
Roz defended himself. And then this whole group here, 15 or more,
Yes,
they set upon this whole party.
I
And
understand.
you
I
let it go.
understand that you're new to humans. I get it. I don't. The culture may be different, but when you're challenged to single combat, you generally don't try to fight everyone.
Roz did not want to fight everyone. He wanted to fight the one that is there dead in the ground.
By running away.
He did not run. What do you think Roz does? Does Roz use sword? Yes, he can.
Well then,
Roz is a ranger. He shoots from afar. That is what Roz does. Roz went up on the high ground
yeah, you
and
could.
took his shot.
Yes, you took the coward's way, and they didn't like it. Sorry.
Well,
Don't be
see,
mad at
you
me.
know nothing. Roz is not mad at you.
You seem to
Roz
be a
is
little.
no
You seem
coward.
to be a little angry.
Yes, Roz is agitated that you let this thing get this far.
It
You could
was
have
well.
stopped just as
It
you
was
did.
well in the middle of it when I came out of my room.
Then you do not even know what happened with Roz. You're
I-
talking like you saw me go up onto the. You say I am coward. How? If you saw you was in your room.
My room.
See,
think we've
you
had
speak
enough.
lies. You speak
I think we've
lies.
had enough of
Yes.
discussions of cowardice and everything. Everyone fought. And our group actually fought, a very large group,
You,
to the
you,
best of our abilities.
If
So
you lie
I think we
dying,
should end this.
do not ask Roz for his help. If you lie dying,
Me?
Roz will not give it you. Yes, you.
Okay. That's
And
fine.
Roz does not want yours help either.
Um,
And he's going to walk away. There, I did not cause a fight. But I got what was on my chest off.
he still seems very angry. She's not talking to you. She's talking loud enough. She's talking to what's his name, Carlin. She's talking to Carlin. He still seems very angry. Maybe we can find him like some catnip.
Jamna,
You are not helping a single thing.
You're
And
correct.
I'm gonna follow Roz.
She just kind of shakes her head and giggles as she like goes back to her room. She's like, "Keep an eye on things. Let me know if someone needs me." Carlin's like, "I don't know. I was found in a hole in the ground, and I'm just kind of here now.
Yeah.
This is not my thing, but I'm gonna go back to my room."
all right. See,
Genia,
dang it,
keep that
Carlin walked
away
away.
from me.
Jamna?
Yes, keep that one away from Roz and keep him away from Roz as well.
I'll do what I can.
Astrid, how are you doing?
He's just standing there wide-eyed like, "This is amazing." So I climbed a door.
Songbird's just gonna look up.
The door's like 12 feet high. Well, 10 feet high, and then the rock wall, so 12 feet. He said I didn't make it over, but I got to the top.
Cool.
Eventually, Bogluck is gonna walk over.
Hmm.
His weapons are sheathed, and he's gonna walk over, and he's gonna like walk right over to Vero. And he's drinking from a jug of ale. You know, like not a jug of ale, a rum bottle. You know, like one of the rum bottles. No, you're not there. Elios came running over real quick. So,
Songbird
not
gonna
being
have her
helpful.
hand. Songbird's gonna have her hand on the hilt of her sword.
So he doesn't really
knowing that he was on the list.
he doesn't really pay much attention to you, but
That's
he
fine.
walks over to Vero, and he's holding the bottle. He like looks at him, and he's a half orc, so he's a big, burly guy, and he like looks at you. And he says, "You fight good," and he offers you like the rum bottle.
I'll just say thank you. You do as well, but I don't drink.
Drink good, unless you want to go more rounds.
Oh.
He says it with a smirk. It'll put hair on your chest. You know how like
I don't
drinkers
think-
like force people to drink?
Yeah.
He's using all of them.
I don't think elves grow. I don't think elves grow hair on their chests. Just
That's because you don't drink enough
Naturally.
good rum.
I will take the slightest sip of it.
He, as long as you like take a sip of it, he doesn't care. Like you could have faked it. Like you could have just held it up, but you know, like,
I mean, I just like the liquid touches. Like that's about as enough to taste it, and that's about the extent of it.
All right. So it would be like our equivalent of moonshine. Like it
Oh,
is
that's
Oh,
it is
Oh.
strong. And as soon as you like hold it to your lips and tilt the bottle, he like smiles a tusk grin, and he'll like hit your shoulder and start to walk away. Yeah. It's been an exciting morning. I need a nap. And then he's gonna take a swig as he like walks back into the crowd of soldiers. The soldiers are all kind of looking around. You can see like each of them are focusing on like they're talking in little groups, pointing towards all of you. But eventually, the day will start to settle. And actually, that was morning because you guys went out to.
It was morning. Yeah.
It was morning, so
Yeah.
that was your morning.
and he's already drunk.
He's
I'm
not
doing the tongue
drunk.
thing, like when cats have hair on their tongue, and like going, "How does anyone drink that?"
All right, it is time for break. I've been
Inspired.
reminded, so we will take a quick 10 minute break. Just come back at 10:30. I'll come back a little bit earlier and hang out with chat until everybody gets here. All right, you managed to survive. See, I told you could do it. What? Anyway, we'll be back in a bit, chat.
Ugh.
That's my sound. Go back to this one. Oh, why is that doing that? Okay, I'm gonna stay reset too. All right, hi chat. I'm back. I think everybody is almost ready. But yes, so we were just discussing it. Fantasy Grounds, they have basically made the changes and implemented Player Handbook 2024 rule set change. And I think that's affecting a lot of the old extensions because the rules aren't exactly the same anymore. So it could be part of that, but I guess they had to change 5e rules so it coincides. So they did break some of the extensions that we use. But tomorrow I'm going to sit here and try and figure out all the extensions that are broken.
D&D 1 is a disaster in every aspect of it.
So far, it has been.
I only like one thing, and it's the weapon masteries.
Yeah, there's certain I am
Only
going
because they also have the same thing in Baldur's Gate, and it's the same.
Right. Well, that weapon mastery comes from second edition. That's old school. They just bought some stuff back that is kind of cool, but then they did certain things that I'm just like, why would a person even play that class anymore? So there's certain I don't like the druid changes that they made. Like if you wild shape as a druid now. So if you wild shape as a druid, this is one of the things with wild shape that I noticed. If you wild shape as a druid, you get temporary hit points. When those temporary hit points go away, you don't change. You continue to stay in that form. Wait, no. When the temporary hit points go away, you change back to your normal form. Any losses that you had over now go to your normal form, and then you keep going down.
That's how it is now. If any damage that exceeds your wild shape form, you take it in your base HP.
Yeah, that's always been the.
No, I might not be explaining it correctly, but it's basically you will take more damage. Oh, what it is you don't get. So this is what it was. So if you change into a bear, you get how many hit points? 40 hit points or whatever it is, right? Let's just say you don't get that. You get temporary temporary hit points according to the spell. So it's 15.
Oh, you don't get you just get
get
a HP boost. You don't get the replacement. So
right.
That makes the one thing about some of the things you take certain wild shapes so that you are a tank.
Right. They took it away. Now it's all of the creatures get the same HP. So I was like, that's kind of lame. Why would anybody want to play Wild Shape Druid? I mean, there's probably some other benefits that I haven't read, but I saw that and I was just like, what?
That means in theory, if they once they're level 20 and they change into a dragon, I just have to do 15 points of damage, which really isn't difficult, and they lose their shape.
Well, I'm pretty sure that as they scale up, they get more hit points. But yes,
okay, but that's still
it's not going to be dragon hit points. It's going to be spell hit points. So it seemed from reading it seemed lame. I mean, I haven't sat and read the books yet. Like I said, until all the books are released, I'm not planning on making any changes, and I doubt I'm gonna adopt everything. I might pick and choose. This is kind of cool. This will enhance the game. This will make things more fun for the players. This sucks. I'm not using it. Same thing I do with Tasha's. I don't like the spell stuff in Tasha's, so I kind of avoid it, but the melee stuff was kind of cool. So, here we are. Alright, is everybody back? Since I see all of you moving, I'm going to go with yes, everybody's back. Alright, so you guys are in the camp. You lick your wounds, you heal, you kind of tell me what you're doing. Most of the guards will go about their business. They are still offloading wagons, and it's the typical thing. The wagons are bought inside, unloaded, and then bought back outside and parked. Okay? And that's it. So you guys tell me what you're doing. But like I said, some of the guards seem to respect some of you. Some of the guards are just like, I don't really care. Eventually, Jamna will come out and sit on the terrace, dangling her feet, like she's sitting with her feet hanging over the ledge, just watching everything that's going on. And Carline will kind of like stand on the railing, like leaning on the railing next to her, and you can see that they're talking to each other. Some workers will wake up, start moving stuff around. The guards don't really handle the guards do handle the freight. They don't just guard, but they are the ones wearing weapons. Most of the workers are just working, like regular work clothes, carrying stuff. A lot of them head out onto the road because remember they're going to work on the roads. So they come here, pick up supplies, and then head back out the gate.
And we're not supposed to guard any of them on the road?
You haven't been assigned to guard anybody on the road because you were traveling here. You're waiting for. So you were told Adrid would be here to basically set up your jobs, but he hasn't arrived yet.
Okay.
It's the guy who hired you. He's coming in. He's coming in
Right.
on his own horse. So you have time to do whatever it is you're going to do for now.
Be on guard for crazy people, but other than that, just keeping to ourselves, I guess.
I'd say we should all go take a very long rest.
We take a
Considering we
break
used
and then-
spell slots and are, still injured.
Yep. There's that too.
You
take a rest
tell
and
me.
we have to get back to training.
What?
So we gotta take a rest and we have to get back to training.
You do need to train your squire. Yes.
Squire.
His apprentice.
Is there a river or a creek or anything out around outside
Swamp.
of the?
There's a well.
Oh.
There is a well outside
Nope,
or
inside.
inside.
The well's right here.
All right.
I forgot
Outside.
it's a
Going
swamp
over-
area.
So where you guys are, as far as like geographically, you basically are sitting on like a piece of flat land in the middle of a swamp. You are in the Mere of Dead Men. So that is swamplands. So there's patches of dry land and swamp water not far from you. You can look out and see the swamp. You could also see the road, which is like, remember I told you they're building up the road and padding, harding in it so travel can be easier. A lot of the road has eroded and spilled into the swamp, so they're building it back up. In certain places, they're actually putting like retaining walls to keep the road from spilling back into the swamp. That's the work that's going on. Is they're building up this road through the Mere. You just happen to be sitting at the edge of the Mere. You're inside the Mere, but you're at the edge of it, the southern edge, and not even that. Like you're inside the swamp. You're probably like half a day's travel inside, but as big as the Mere is, it's still considered the edge. So, yeah, come here.
Mm-hmm. Mirror.
But yes, you're in the swamplands. And did I turn on my mic? Yes, I did. Okay, just making sure because I've done that before, and I didn't see the bar moving, and I was like, wait, oh no. So yeah, there is water around, but it's swamp water. Like,
All right. So Roz will go over to the well, pull up a bucket of water. He's going to set it on the edge of the well and take off almost everything he has on, with the exception of, his skivvies, whatever. And he's going to start cleaning his wounds.
okay.
And with after he's kind of cleaned everything, he's going to take the whole bucket of water and look up at Jamna and pour it over himself, where all of the darkness that he was using before comes off, all of the charcoal, whatever. And then he'll put all of his stuff back on. So he's no longer
Hiding.
Hiding.
Okay.
Or incognito or in disguise, whatever.
All right, so you wash up in front of all the guards. Some of them are watching you. Some of them, they kind of like they were all hanging around the well because watering hole. But as you come over and start bathing, they start moving away. One of them looks like he's about to say something to you, and like one of his buddies grabs him and is like, mm-mm. And they kind of just move away from you and let you do whatever it is you're doing. Jamna is watching from, like, as you look at her, she's watching you, and she kind of shakes her head, and then you basically like wash off your disguise, and she just smirks. Carlin, he looks a little bit surprised. Like he raises an eyebrow, and he looks over at Songbird.
Songbird's not gonna have a very happy look on her face. It's like, ugh, here we go.
So, Roz is over here doing his flash dance routine.
Yeah, I can see him through the pillars.
Well, they're up above, so you don't have a problem seeing them unless you're standing behind a wall.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually, like, they're sitting up here. Remember, your room is over here somewhere on the second floor?
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting, like, in this area by the stairs. Alright, so Roz cleans himself off and he tends to his wounds. What are the rest of you doing?
Taking
Well-
a break before getting back to training.
What do you mean?
He's
I was-
training Astrid.
No,
I was training
him
Astrid
is,
before everything went to. Yeah, I was training Astrid before everything went sideways this morning.
right. But you said taking a break. Like, you can take a breather, 5
Resting.
minutes, or you trying to take
Yeah,
an hour,
yeah.
or are you trying to take a long
I'm
rest?
gonna
Like,
take probably an hour to
Okay.
take a,
so you're trying to take a short rest. Got it.
Yeah.
So that's what you two are gonna do. Songbird. So you basically, the two of you just sit down and try to take a rest there.
Yep.
Because, all right, so you're gonna sit there by the gate for an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Elios, what are you doing?
Elios would also join them for that short rest and subsequent training.
Jania?
Jenny would join them for the short rest, but probably not the training because I kind of want to keep an eye on Roz.
Songbird?
She's gonna be doing the short rest and everything, but just making sure that Astrid's okay. And is that like a cart or a set of boxes or something that we're sitting on?
It's a
right here?
cart. It's like a little one of those carts with the big wheels that you can pick up, like a wheelbarrow but bigger.
Uh-huh.
A medieval wheelbarrow, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna ask a question. You know, you guys have rooms, right?
Yeah, but you know the
Yeah.
little movement of where you're just like, just let me be for a second.
That's fine. I'm just making sure you're choosing to sit by the gateway on the ground or on crates, as opposed to going to your room to rest.
Yep.
A
Okay.
very cramped room with the 3 stacked.
It still has beds.
Mhm.
And you can lock the door. Okay, that's fine. So you
Anyway,
guys, Roz, after you wash off your disguise, are you gonna go back to the group?
He's going to go sit over here on this bench.
Okay.
Jenya,
Yeah.
he's a white kitty again.
I guess he got tired of hiding.
Mm, we're going to be getting some more excitement as soon as they realize who he is.
Well, it was bound to happen eventually, and you're kind of assuming that they didn't already know who he is. The odds of there being a second Tabaxi in this area fairly slim.
I know, but I know there was more doubt with him as a black one versus the white one. Now that he's the white one, it's more of a confirmation. Oh well.
I mean, we all sort of stick out in our own ways.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What about you? What are you feeling?
what do you mean?
You want your white hair back?
I mean, it's going to have to grow out, but that was going to happen eventually.
Mm-hmm. Oh well. It was peaceful while it lasted. Well, no, it wasn't really
No,
peaceful.
it wasn't.
No, mm-mm.
No, no, it wasn't.
No, mm-mm.
There's no peace.
Oh, so many stories, so many songs to be written. Now my concern is just paying attention with Bogluck. So, 3 of the names. It was Bogluck. It was Rezmir. And it was... see, I can never pronounce that name. Mondoff? Mordoff?
Mondorf.
I keep wanting to say Mordor, but it's Mondoff. Mondoff.
I thought it was Mondrath. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember what her name is, how to pronounce it. I gotta go look at it again. And we haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah, Frula Mondoff. Doth. That. D-A-T-H. That's why I keep having an issue is the TH part.
And I'm going to stand up and stretch and be like, you might ought to consider putting Jamna's name on that list of people that you need to watch. And then I'm going to walk over and sit next to Roz. Fully aware that he does not want to talk. I'm going to sit by him for the quiet.
For the quiet.
For the quiet. Apparently, we're too noisy.
Alright, so you go over, sit next to Roz. Everybody's kind of like doing their thing. How come I didn't give Roz... I just get... Oh. I'm sorry, I gave you all a long rest, but you gotta roll dice if you want to roll dice.
Yeah, you gave us a short rest.
Short rest, yeah, that's what I meant. A short rest. Because it's only been like an hour.
So we need to roll dice?
If you want hit points back, yes.
Yep, that would be good.
I gave you a short rest, but I expected it to give you hit points back for some stupid reason. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm doing really good at healing today, apparently.
Really? That's all I got?
Well, you can roll as many dice as you like. You just roll one at a time because you don't...
I'm just disappointed.
Disappointment is strong.
There we go. That's a little bit better.
Raj, you rolling hit dice?
Nope.
Okay. So you two are sitting over there by the bench. And all of you are watching. You're sitting there watching what's going on, and of course you're watching what's going on, and they're watching you guys watch things going on. But they continue to work, and you note a few things that may seem a little bit odd, or not. I don't know. Maybe they seem odd, but what you watch is they are unloading the wagons, and you recognize like the wagons as the wagons that came in with you. You know that they have unloaded probably 3 of them already, and
Mhm.
there's one left. And they had been in the midst of unloading it when this whole thing started. Okay? So,
Mm-hmm.
while that means they worked through the night, because you're sitting here watching them unload it, it takes time. So they obviously worked through the night to get it done, and they were being quiet. They did whatever they were doing. When they unload stuff, you'll notice that a lot of the stuff is brought over to where you guys are sitting at the door and stacked up in the crates. They're stacked up in the piles. Um, they're basically just put over there and like separated. But there are certain crates that are basically set to the side. Those crates, they don't really have distinguishing marks. There's nothing special that makes them stand out. They're just obviously not like planks or bags of sand or cement, anything like that. They just shipping crates. And as you watch those crates are set to the side, and then eventually there is some discussion, and you see Bogluck basically having a conversation, and he's covering his mouth as he talks to one of his lieutenants. And the lieutenant is basically motioning towards the crates, and he's doing the same thing. He's covering his mouth when he speaks. And he is motioning towards the crates, and then motioning basically in Roz's direction. And Bogluck will look over, kind of see the two of them, and he'll just kind of shrug, and almost like you could see him mouth the words, "Just do it." And they go about their business, and you'll see that they'll pick up a couple of these crates that have been separated and bring them through this door over here. Other than that, once they get the last wagon like loaded, they will bring it outside, and then they will start moving the crates that are stacked outside. They'll start sorting those. So what they do with those is they basically go through it, and certain materials shouldn't be left to the elements. So those materials are then also transported inside. Now that door that they went through is not locked, but it is latched to keep it closed. For anybody who's watching.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Once I guess me, Elios, and Astrid have rested up, we'll continue some more training. This time, Elios is training.
I'm going to try and teach them magic.
Okay. All right. So you three are going outside again to go train. Yes?
Yes.
Get out. No.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
How far away are you going?
Just off to this. I think just off to the side would be fine.
Okay. All right. You leave to go train. So you're trying to teach them magic? Is that what I heard, Elios?
Yeah, it's the same thing that it was doing with Vero during the other caravan. I'm trying to teach Vero shocking grasp, and then I'm trying to teach Astrid mending because he can't hurt himself with that spell.
Okay. So
It's also an important lesson because even though that I'm teaching Astrid, I still have a lot to learn.
how long has it been
So it's a
since you
lesson in
started
itself.
teaching Vero? It's been like a month, right?
Over that, I think at this point.
Yeah, because I was teaching him for pretty much the entire caravan to Waterdeep.
All right, roll your teaching skill. This is for Vero first.
I believe that was Arcana, I think.
I think that was what we said, yeah. Okay. All right, Vero, roll your learning skill.
My super good intelligence check, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So just intelligence? Yeah.
I mean, unless you have proficiency in Arcana.
I do not. I
Wait,
mean, it's the
There
same.
are some monks that do.
yeah, there are some monks
Not
that
this.
do.
Not this one.
Okay, go ahead. All right. So he's still he can create the electricity, the little spark, but it's more like if you rubbed wool and touch somebody, and that makes sense because I think part of the component is a piece of wool that you have to rub for shocking grass.
No, there's no material component.
No, that's for lightning bolt. It's for lightning bolt. It's a glass rod and like a piece of wool. But anyway, um, but yeah, that's the equivalent of what you're getting. Like he can definitely just walk up and touch somebody and shock their ear or something like that. But that's how hard it is. It's just
That's
but he can do it at will.
to me as a person. Do you know how entertaining that would be to just walk up to someone and go?
Yes. It just and like you're teaching him but he's not getting that last bit. That last little block is not falling into place.
Like he has 9/10 of it.
Yeah, he has 9/10 of it. As soon as he can get, I think he's just too amused with the whole like part of it. So
I mean, that could be a fair assessment.
he's not getting past it. As far as Astrid, you're just starting to teach Astrid. Like this is the first I'm hearing about it. So this would be day one. So
It was something that was discussed literally a minute before everything went to hell. So we didn't even know if we were going to survive that encounter.
okay, I mean that's fine. So you would basically be trying to teach Astrid how to see if Astrid is magically inclined. So remember, Astrid is young. Like Astrid is really young, but this is a good time to grasp him. So the first thing you do is you need to assess like his magical abilities. So go ahead, Elios.
With his age and our powers combined, there's a specific type of monk that could be made.
Oh God.
Captain
With
Planet.
our powers combined.
I,
There's a caster monk.
I know.
Arcana again.
You're magically like seeing how adept he is. So yeah, go ahead.
Cool. I'm gonna use my inspiration
I'm a lost cause. Help the kid.
because I want this to work because it seems very fun.
All right. Okay. So hold on, I gotta roll the kids.
Many years down the future,
He has a blank slate, so
there's gonna be a big bad. It's gonna turn out to be Astrid after something dark happened during the years, and we're just gonna create a monster. We won't create the monster. We'll just make him strong, and then he'll just, life will be rough, and he'll be a big bad.
all right. So
It could be a slight Dark Phoenix
is
saga.
the casting? Your casting is intelligence, right?
For me, no, it's charisma.
Oh, for the monk
not a wizard.
for the monk you guys are trying to create, is it intelligence?
No, monk is wisdom.
Monk is wisdom.
It is wisdom. All right. For a child, he doesn't have fairly bad. Like he lived on the street, so he has. Some
I was gonna say, being
smarts.
a street kid, he's got to have something.
He has some street smarts. You think you can work with him, but he's not. Unlike the physical aspect where he was picking up things with Vero like really quickly, this seems a little bit more. Oh no, this seems a little bit more like he's less disciplined for this. Like the whole hitting and punching thing, he seems disciplined for. He's into it. This seems more like, nope, focus, pay attention. Nope, over here. So you're having more of a problem with that.
Well, we gotta teach him the basics before he can combine the two.
Yeah, that's fine. I just saying you're doing an assessment of his like raw talent, and no, it's he's gonna have to work at it. He's not just gonna pick things up.
Physical's
I didn't
easier
think
than
you would.
magic, anyways.
What happened? What happened?
I
For
said physical's easier than magic.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's your assessment of him. Can you teach him? Yeah, he's young. He's a clean slate. Is he gonna just pick it up like immediately? Probably not.
Well, I mean, if he could pick it up immediately, then he'd be a sorcerer, which is very different.
Well, yeah,
Mm.
right. He just taps into your power every now and then. You lose a spell slot. Don't
He's a
like
rogue.
What kind of sorcerer are you? I'm a
Literal
what
rogue.
subclass? Leech. I'm subclass sorcerer leech.
There
What do you
you
mean? I take spells from those around me.
That sounds like rogue behavior, specifically
Mm-hmm.
very old rogue behavior.
right. There was
Yep.
I forgot what they were called.
It's like a spell thief or something, where they could
Something like
pass
that.
things. They could steal some magic from other people and then use it.
Yes, there was a class. I think it was a kit. But anyway, all right. So yeah, you could start working with him and start teaching him the basics. But again, this is going to take time. Okay.
Worth it.
Cool. I need like you guys are gonna have to tell me which one so I could start building a character sheet.
Oh yeah. I have the monk page open.
Yeah, just send me a link so I can figure out what exactly you guys are trying to do. I gotta roll his stats too. Unless you all want to roll d6s.
Are you gonna surprise Biff with this?
Well, I was gonna let Biff do it, but because they're influencing the way he's going, I'm gonna
Mhm.
let them basically build the character. I'm just gonna keep track of it. Anyway, moving on. So you guys are doing that. You're out there training. Vero, you have static charge now as an ability.
He can slightly annoy people and
Yeah.
cats.
It is your cantrip though, so if you cast it as a cantrip, it is an action.
Why am I so very, very worried right now?
I don't know. I think it's hilarious. All right. The rest of you inside the camp, are you guys doing anything specific, or just kind of lounging about, waiting for somebody to tell you what to do?
I'm kind of lounging about waiting for somebody to tell me what to do.
Okay.
Roz is just cleaning his wounds, and once he finishes that, he's gonna sharpen his sword and start making some more arrows.
Okay.
Some word is. You said Gemna was upstairs, like over here or something.
She's on the second floor, basically sitting. So she's leaning on the railing, but she's sitting down. So you know how kids like stick their legs through the railing and like dangle them off the edge, and then they lean on like the middle bar. She's doing that because she's a gnome, so she's tiny.
The out of character me doesn't know if she should feel insulted or not. Because I still do that. Anyway.
It's like, what? Anyway, yeah, but she's on the second floor, so you can go up there and talk to her if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to go up there and talk to her.
Not that way.
Or, wait. This way?
Yeah, the other two stairs lead up to the balcony.
I can't move. Okay, going that way.
Okay. All right, so you go up to the second floor. As soon as you get to the top of the steps, her and Carlon is sitting off to the left.
I keep wanting to call him Carlton.
I don't know why. It's Carlon. Okay, focus.
Anyway. All right, then I'm gonna go over and just kind of like pop down next to what?
Sorry, just read Rhino's message. And as soon as I read it, I was like, oh, you guys want to build an avatar.
Only slightly.
Uh-huh. I don't know. I'm starting to like devouring like idea.
Gains immense power, travels back in time, and becomes a madman. Oh my god.
Anyway, all right. So fine, you guys are out there with the last airbender, and Songbird, you go up to the top of the steps. I'm sorry.
Hmm. Yep. Am I with them? Because I just don't see them.
But because I didn't move you to the second floor.
Oh.
Pretend. Theater of the
Okay.
mind for this. Unless something breaks out, I'm not moving you all over the place.
Well, she's chilling there with her legs through the railings and swinging her legs. I'm going to sit down next to her, but back against the railings.
Uh-huh.
And be like, was that really necessary to egg him on?
Egg who on? You mean the cat?
Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. He's gonna get you all killed.
Yes, but still. At that point, was that necessary?
Somebody's gotta tell him.
Well, hopefully it'll calm down. And there could be a civil discussion about it.
It's not my concern. Remember, I'm not part of your group. You don't want my help.
Now, here's the thing, though. Didn't we have a discussion about exchanging information, kind of a version of helping each other?
No, we can exchange information.
To help each other? I know your group tends to have a little bit more of a negative, neutral negative kind of connotation to your beliefs. But
I
for our group, and she'll look over at, oh, I almost called him Carlton again. Harlan.
Yes.
Got more of a direct path?
You have more direct path?
Our group has more of a direct path.
Do you?
Why do you keep saying do you?
I mean, your group has more of a do you? I mean,
wait, okay, who's
I
talking
guess
to me?
The Jamna. Carlin's just standing there.
Okay, well, I looked at Carlin and said our group, and then the way you answered, I thought it was him talking to me. Okay, so we're back to Jamna. Okay.
No. I was like, listen, my organization is direct and blunt. In fact, your cat friend would probably do better if he wasn't so naturey. Our agents tend to work independently unless we need a show of force. We have ways of getting answers. We don't have to work in teams. He'd fit right in. Your group, you have restrictions that we don't have. Now, as far as helping each other out, I've helped you plenty. What have you learned while you've been here? What have you given me? What have you offered me? Not much.
What have you done for me lately?
I gave you.
Don't pay attention to him. He's not there.
I couldn't even hear what he said anyway. It's like, I gave you a name.
Give me a name. Yes. Somehow that toothy one is involved. You're right. The other two names we already had. Now, how is he involved? Other than beating up on your friends. And that seem like a drunken brawl. It doesn't even seem like a bit like have anything to do with them. If they were, they would have killed you all outright while you slept. So, I don't even think they know who you are. Well, they're aware of you now.
Yes, I know. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult now. Right. But might I suggest, yes, being independent and everything like that, might I suggest when it comes to him, maybe a couple of the others. And it's like, can we not? Can we be a little
Coddle
bit more
him?
tactful? No, not coddle, tactful.
I was tactful and direct. I told him my opinion. He doesn't like it, he doesn't have to listen to it. Push on. I don't care either way. I have a job to do, and that's what I'm here for.
Okay, well,
I mean,
strife
you are
amongst
all,
us is not going to help.
as far as I know, you're all adults, except for the child that you dragged out into the wilds. This is real world. There's dangers at every turn. You're in the savage lands, the Sword Coast. Everything here wants you dead.
This we know.
Okay, so I don't know what you want me to do.
If we still
He's
have the
not my
same
friend.
goals, it doesn't matter if it has to be a friend or not. If we have the same goals, peace between the two is what we need.
I didn't attack anyone.
Not the type of peace I was talking about.
The remorseless advocates in the PC. Shh, wondering.
Oh my god.
He's like, I haven't attacked any of you, I haven't killed any of you. I've only killed cultists.
Which is fine.
So, I haven't made threats at any of you. I haven't done anything but provide information.
Which is fine.
So,
again, all I ask is just try to keep it peaceful. Don't have to be friendly. Don't have to be buddy. Don't have to work together.
And I'm not here to bail
in the normal sense.
Right, and I'm not here to bail you out every time your cat gets you into trouble.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, but that's what I was accused of doing. Not bailing you out and stopping the fight when I should have. It's not my job. You have your own job to do. You're a team. It has really nothing to do with me. I was here to help, and I'm kind of thinking it's time to go home and report.
I thought you were already reporting, but you know what? If you have to go home... Well, now I'm thoroughly confused, but you know what? That's not even my concern. So, you do what you gotta do and everything. It's just when talking to each other, civil, keep the peace. That's all I'm asking. No egging each other on. Alright. And someone's gonna stand up. Be like, and you...
Me?
Colton?
Carlon.
Carlon! God damn it, why do I have such an issue with his name?
I don't know. I have problems with everybody's names, so.
I'm writing it phonetically. Carlon.
Yes.
I was like, you.
What'd I do?
Consider the fact that you were helped out of that hole.
Uh-huh.
And you could have been left there.
Uh-huh.
Just think about that.
I don't understand what... I don't understand.
Think about it. Just think about it. And somewhere's going to walk off.
He's going to look down at Jam and be like, what am I supposed to think about? She's like, I don't know.
She wasn't there when you were picked up.
I don't understand. Yeah, me as the DM don't even understand what you want him to think about, so he's thoroughly confused.
We saved his life, a life alive, that type of thing.
Yes, you dug him out of a hole in the ground. He has nothing but like the clothes on his back. You have no idea what skill set he has, how weak he is, and you're mad at him. Why?
No, I'm just reminding him.
Yeah,
It's like we were the ones that pulled him out of the hole.
That's fine. He didn't side against you. Like, you keep acting like these people sided against you. They didn't. They just...
They just stood there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Carlon's a follower. He was gonna do. He was just gonna do what he was supposed to do.
Anyway, so Songbird's done with that and just walking off to go watch Vero have fun going Sparky.
I don't think he's just gonna like. Oh, how did your token get stuck? What the fuck? What did you?
Stop breaking the stuff. I didn't do anything.
That
I
was
didn't
you.
touch it.
You were the last one to move it. All right. Somehow you got it stuck in a wall. All right, go outside.
Their worth experience killed them. Wow.
They are. You could try.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
All right. So you two just sitting on the bench quietly waiting.
Basically.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So eventually, you four outside are gonna hear horses coming down the road. Okay. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna hear like these guys galloping up. There's three of them. Two of them are obviously like guards for the gentleman in the middle. Gentleman in the middle is wearing like heavy armor. You recognize him. He is the gentleman who hired you to sign on as guards.
Oops, sorry.
And it's like, guys riding down the road. Initiative. So he's going to ride up, see the four of you doing whatever it is. He doesn't really pay you any mind. Other than there is a flash of recognition as he rides past you, but him and his three are going to basically ride up to the doorway, dismount, and walk their horses in. When they come in, several soldiers, you guys see this from inside. You see these three individuals walk their horses in. You recognize one of them as the gentleman who hired you. This is Adred. Say his name right. Ardred will walk in, and he is immediately confronted with certain soldiers who start screaming at him. You'll note this, that several of the guards will go up and report to him and start talking to him, and he's nodding and going, wait, what? And Bogluck is not one of them. And then the conversation will go on, and then he will break from the group with one of his guards. The other guard will stay with the horses, who are going to be moved to the stables, which is all the rooms at the bottom are like stable rooms. So actually these double doors to the stable rooms. So they're going to take the horses to there. So they pass right in front. This gentleman with the three horses passes right in front of you two. But to the north, you see Ardred walk up to Bogluck, and they start having a conversation. And he's like, you can hear them talking, but they're not yelling. So, like, would you like to roll perceptions to see if you can hear what's going on?
Which people?
The two that are inside.
Oh, okay.
Ginia, Roz. Okay. Roz.
What did you want? Perception?
Yeah, so basically they're having a conversation. But with all the noise and everything that's going on and all the people, you'd have to like really try to listen. So if you're trying to listen, that's what, yeah, perception check, please. What the hell? Okay, so the two of you take note of Ardred coming in and of all the things that happen, and you can hear him and Bogluck having a conversation. And he will walk up to Bogluck and be, "What happened? One of my guards is dead." He's like, "Your guards are useless." He's like, "That one was trouble, nothing but trouble, and he got himself killed." He's like, "What do you mean he got himself killed?" He says, "Well, that one killed him." And he actually will point over to Roz. He's like, "Why?" He's like, "I don't know. They had history. I could care less." He's like, um, "My guards are not here to protect your roadhouse and be slain, Bogluck." He's like, "Your guards are here to do as I bid them while you're not here. You want to command them, stop leaving." He's like, "I need to maintain a steady supply for, the turnaround. Not everyone is cut out for working in the swamp." He's like, "That's fine, but while they're in my command, I managed to save the rest of them. They were going to kill all of your guards. Perhaps you should have hired them." He's like, "I did hire them." He says, "Well, they don't seem to be getting on with everyone else." He's like, "Bogluck, I don't want to come. If they're slain out in the swamp, defending the workers, that's one thing. They shouldn't be killing each other." He says, "I don't know. That one didn't like that one. I don't know how else to explain it to you. But you're not going to come to my roadhouse and yell at me again. You understand?" He's like, "Lord Neverember will hear about this." See that he does. And with that, Bogluck will turn and walk away from him and take a swig of his moonshine. At that point, Ardred is going to turn and walk towards you. He does have a guard in tow. And he'll walk over and he'll kind of. Now, when he hired you, he was very matter of factly and curt. So he'll come over and he still has the same soldier mentality. He's like, "What happened here?"
Roz will stand up. Well, the one called, he looks over at Ginia, Chet. He approached me with weapons drawn. Roz took high ground and shot him. A battle ensued with many, many guards, including the one you were just speaking with, who did nothing to stop it. Many were injured, some were killed. That is about all.
But most of the ones that were killed were brought back.
Yes, this is true.
Yes, and I thank you for that. He'll give you a little curt nod, Genia. Because it was obviously told to him that was part of the thing that was reported to him.
Roz did not want to fight, but this one named Chet came at him with weapons drawn.
So
Roz was not going to take a blow, so he went up and he kind of points over there to the crates that are in the corner. He defended himself.
I see.
And then upon defending himself, every one of the guards that were, maybe 10, 15, they all attacked our party, along with the one you were just speaking with, who did not discourage anyone from fighting. As a matter of fact, the last thing Roz remembers was him hitting Roz.
So I think I understand what's going on here. That one. So Chet is wrapped up in some canvases because they haven't buried him yet. So he will indicate the body. He says, "So that one challenged you to combat, and you decided to shoot him."
Roz is not going to back down from combat.
Well, I understand.
If someone wants to have a talk, but do not come at Roz with weapons drawn.
Well, I don't
Would
know.
you not try to defend yourself?
Yes.
If someone came at you, this is all Roz did. Roz is an archer.
Okay.
He
You
uses
could.
a sword, but
That's I understand. So you were challenged to combat and you decided to shoot him. That's
yes,
probably what the triggering effect was.
yes,
Okay.
most likely.
So
Roz does not deny that. No.
right. But that's probably what happened. I understand that you have your ways of fighting, but these men all have their ways of fighting. Welcome to the
Yes.
Sword Coast.
20-1. Yes, it's very good.
Well, the report was it was 1-on-1 until you shot him.
This is up for debate, but fine.
Do you have a different
1-on-1 is 1-on-1, is it not?
And-
If he struck me,
so
then what? Am I supposed to not strike back? It was 1-on-1.
So he's gonna
until
stop listening
really-
to you and talk to Jinya. He says, "You understand that there's certain ways things are done, even out in the Savage Lands. I'm sorry that you were attacked. I don't know if you wish to continue to employ. Hopefully, we can get past some of these animosities. But for the time being, perhaps you all should stay here and let me sort this out with the rest of my men."
Whatever you feel like is the wise choice. You know your men and the types of men that you hire better than we do. So it probably wouldn't hurt for us to stay here and
Understand, the roadhouse is not ours. We don't own it. It belongs to that creature over there. And he kind of says the word creature with a little bit of contempt as he indicates Bogluck. He says, if this is his home, this is where he resides, he's in charge here. We have an agreement with them, our guards. Some of them are his men that have taken up. I feel that they're getting paid for something they would already be doing, but it's above my pay grade. I will see if I could smooth things over. And with that, he's gonna turn to walk away. He's gonna stop for a minute, turn around. He says, generally, again, if you're challenged to a duel, usually you use the same weapon, sir. You might want to keep that in mind. And he'll turn and
He
walk
had
away.
2, I had 1. Is this what they call chivalry? He's
something
going to
like
ask.
that. Something
Yeah,
like that.
it is stupid.
I don't disagree, but
No wonder these skinwalkers cannot do anything. They're too wrapped up in their rules. No offense for present company.
none taken.
So he is going to head to this area over here. Hold on. And there's a little door tucked in the corner. He will actually walk into that door. He takes out a key and unlocks the door and walks into that room. So most of the rooms down here are for animals and stuff. But well, actually no. Most of the rooms in this area. So behind this door is stables. But these are rooms as well for the workers and stuff. They're a little bit common, but this one is the only one that has a solid iron-bound door with a lock and a key. And he will walk through the door, and his 2 guards will take a spot on either side of the door. Eventually, one of them will approach all of you. So he'll go inside and then come back outside. He'll approach. He says, so we don't think it's a good idea for you to head out into the swamp. He believes that there might be retaliations and you could end up sunk in a bog somewhere. So for the time being, it would probably be best to stay here under our watchful gaze. But after that, maybe we will have you return with one of the groups of workers returning to Waterdeep. You have so you'll be here for a few days. We'll basically continue your pay and then send you back on your way.
How much experience points do we earn each day?
Experience points.
Never mind, it was joke.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, thank you. And I'll like turn and walk back to his post.
I'm gonna look at Roz and say, well, we should probably let everybody else know that we're gonna stay here for a few days and then they're gonna send us back because they're afraid that there might be retaliation.
Yes, be Raz's guest. You take care of that.
So I'm gonna go out to wherever Songbird and Vero and Elios are.
They're
Let them know.
outside goofing around. You can see like sparks of light.
This is
and
serious
Stuff.
training, sir.
Okay. So
they're over there
serious.
training. Songbird's just going like this, like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I just saw the Jester's Court. Dearly beloved. Alright, so you go out and talk to them, Ginia. They're outside. Do you want me to move you out there, or you got it?
Oh, there they are. They were
Yeah.
hiding behind the wall.
Yeah, they went all the way outside.
They went all the way outside.
Alright, so yeah, you see basically Elios is trying to teach Astrid something. And he's talking to him about feeling it and pulling and drawing on it. And you kind of see Astrid like looking at him. And Elios is deep in thought. Like, his eyes are closed. He's like, you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. And Astrid's just looking at him like, uh-huh.
Feel
He
the
doesn't pay
force
attention. I'm gonna
flowing
zap.
through you.
If he doesn't pay attention, like if he seems like he's not paying attention, zap.
He touches his ear. And then he'll like close his eyes and start paying attention. So this is what you see going on.
Don't get too close. Vero's got a new toy.
Yeah, Songbird's hair is all spiked up.
It's just done.
The sad part is even if you tried to like stop me, chances are I'm too fast and I'd still get a hand in and go. It's a dangerous combo.
Who taught him this stuff? All right.
Turning Vero into Pikachu.
Oh no. All right, Ginia, what's up?
So I was just informed we are going to be staying here for a few days and then they are going to figure out a way to send us back because they are afraid of retaliation.
Ooh,
Well, are we
yay.
supposed to be out here for something? How are we supposed to do what we came out here for if we're sent home?
Well, I guess we gotta learn and learn fast.
Remember, Adrid has no idea. They just hired you. They have no
I know.
idea who you are or anything like that. So they're just basically letting you go.
We're getting fired?
Well, you did kill one of the guards. At least they're not pressing
I didn't
charges.
I didn't kill anyone.
According to our reports, Roz killed the one person that was left. They just didn't let anybody res him. And now it's too late.
I may have seriously hurt a few people, but I didn't kill anyone.
Well, they're all fine now. But according to the
The emotional
reports,
damage sticks with you always.
so yes, you're being fired. So your protections as guards is up in 2 days.
Mm.
I mean, unless somebody wants to go sort of explain the situation, which I don't know how much you really want to tell him. But I didn't really feel like having that conversation in the open courtyard.
Fair. I was just I mean, if we have what we need, we have what we need. I was just bringing it up. We haven't been out here long.
And I don't know that we've actually gotten any information since we've been here. Because we haven't been here that long. We did get some excellent breakfast, though.
Good food. It was good food.
But I mean, yeah, I guess we have. I guess for those who were, we have I guess 3 days to figure out what it is that we need to figure out
2, this
before
day's
things
almost
get more difficult.
This day's almost over.
2 more days to figure things out before things get even more difficult. I don't know.
All right, Jenya's going to. Jenya's feeling a little bit frustrated. She's going to go back inside and go over here and knock on the door and see if she can talk to him.
So the guards are gonna look at you for a second, and they watch you come up to the door, but they don't stop you. And you'll hear from inside, "Who is it?"
It's Jenya.
Oh, yeah. Enter.
All right, so I'm going to go in. Even though can't really go in.
I opened the door for you.
Oh.
All right. So inside is a small little room. It basically has a bunk, and in front of the bunk is a small desk heaped with paperwork. There's scrolls, a ledger, and he is sitting there. He has most of his armor off at this point, but he has his clothes on. Yeah, he has a doublet and stuff. And he's sitting there writing. And he looks up at you. As soon as he sees you, notices your expression. He leans back, sets the quill down. He says, "Yes, Jania, was it?
Yes.
What can I do for you?"
I know that you don't really know me, or any of us. But I need you to trust that we're actually out here on a mission to try to find out some information that could change the fate of the world as we know it. And we really need to be here, and we really need to be out on the road.
Mission, fate of the world. A mission for who?
I wish I could tell you. I really do.
He kind of like leans back and sizes you up. Let's see what he thinks of you. I'm gonna roll an insight check. As you've already said, I do not know you. And you're asking me to, like, for what exactly? You want to stay here?
Yes.
Uh,
We need to be out on the road. We need to find the information that we need to find out so that we can try to keep everyone safe. If I had bad intentions, I could have just let all of the guards die.
Well,
And you can ask anyone. I tried to stop the fight a couple of different times.
yeah. Actually, he will like pick up a parchment. He says, "Yes, according to my reports, the one in armor attempted several times to stop the fighting." Yeah, and he'll like wave the piece of paper at you. He says, "You seem to be level-headed, but this, you're asking me for a lot of trust, and you're not giving me information. Like, who do you work for? Can you tell me that?"
If I could give you that information, I absolutely would.
So you're on a secret mission. What if this secret mission is not in my faction's best interest? What if it hurts my people? I mean,
I hope that you could see that it's not my intention to hurt anyone. If I had my way, nobody would be hurt, period, end of story. There's enough of that in the world. We need to stop as much of it as possible.
I mean, you seem sincere. Your intentions seem good. You don't look like one of those dark variety elves. But you have to understand, I need to return to Waterdeep in 2 days' time. When I leave, any protections that my company offer leave with me. I don't know if there's going to be retaliation at that point. If you wish to stay, I can arrange it, but I wash my hand of any guilt. And all accounts, the tabaxi with you is a bit hot-headed.
Well, I appreciate that you're going to let us stay and absolutely wash your hands of any guilt because it wouldn't be your responsibility or your fault if there's retaliation. I would just hope that the people we're out on the road with understand that I could have let them die.
I from as I said, several people do understand that, and my men I can count for. I doubt that they would raise a hand against you, but remember, Bogluck's men are mixed into them, and I have no real control over them.
I understand that. Thank you for listening. We'll stay here.
Very well, I will sign the paperwork. Um, we'll have you start patrolling out with the workers. The task is simple. You spend the day keeping an eye on them and keeping any like wildlife creatures, bandits from interrupting their work. You work in shifts, so you'll go out 2, 3 at a time with different groups. The groups are assigned at several intervals along the road, progressing towards the north, towards Neverwinter. The foremans will basically assign you to your groups and move you out. Um, I think after everything that's happened, I can afford you a day or two of rest and relaxation, and you will begin working when I leave. At least then I can make sure nothing happens while I'm here.
Sounds good. And she's going to reach out her hand and like give him a good firm handshake.
He'll stand up and, stand full attention and shake your hand.
All right. And I'm going to go relay all of that information first to Roz
Okay.
and then to the rest of the group.
All right. So you're all informed that you have basically 2 days to recoup, rest, get back to your normal selves, and then you're going to be working patrols out on the road.
Okey doke.
Are you going to hold back any of the conversation, Jenny? Or are you just going to give them the key points, I should say?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give them the key points. I mean,
Okay. Like what I just said.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I should have asked you first, but I figured that's what you were going to do, but I shouldn't have done that. I should have let you tell me.
Well, I don't like to keep secrets from the rest of the group, so.
Ooh. All right. So you're all informed. Jania has pulled a few strings, got Ard Red on her side, and extended your thing. But after the 2 days, he's going back to Waterdeep, and you guys are pretty much on your own. They'll pay you as long as you survive. After that, it is what it is. Evening will eventually arrive to the roadhouse, and you guys can eat, do whatever it is. What are you going to do? You tell me.
Well, I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna try to kind of gauge how the rest of the guards are feeling about us as a group.
Roll me insight checks.
Roz will not eat in the cafeteria. He'll go back out on that same bench that he's sitting on.
All right.
Hero will carry on like nothing's changed.
Okay. So Vero's gonna carry on like nothing changed. Ginny, you're watching people and trying to gain insight. So are you just like what are you doing watching people? Like are you just sitting somewhere and just people watching? Are you up on one of the railings looking down? Like how are you watching?
Like during dinner, I'm going to go try to engage with different groups of people that are sitting and talking
Okay.
to see how they react to just me in general. Like, are they standoffish? Are they more friendly? Um,
She's
do
gonna
they
be
seem like they
diplomatic.
are plotting to murder us out on the road?
Okay. So you basically going through the groups and trying to figure out what you can about everyone's intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Roz, you're avoiding people, so you're just gonna sit on the bench by yourself, hanging out, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you observing, or are you just ignoring everything that's going
Nope.
on?
He's just eating.
Okay.
When he finishes, he'll continue making arrows and whatever.
All right, Vero, you're just not paying attention to everything. Everything is the same as it was when you before the fight.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing. I mean, I'm not oblivious per se, but I'm not going to act any different. Like the people are hostile to me because, as far as I've been after the discussion, there isn't hostility.
Okay.
There shouldn't be.
Astrid is basically trying to practice the stuff and the thought processes that Elios has taught him. So even though when you guys return inside, he's still going through that. But he's also trying to practice the stuff that you are training him on. Elios, what are you doing?
Elios is also gonna just eat and then probably go to bed.
Eat and go to.
He can go to bed. He doesn't understand all of the intricacies of all of this interpersonal stuff that's going on. It's all above his head, quite literally.
Okay. The conversations are happening up here. All right. No problem. Okay, so you're going about you're not really paying attention. You're gonna go get some food, eat, and then Songbird, what are you doing?
Really quick, is Roz going into the cafeteria to get his food, or is he asking one of us to bring the food?
I don't know, Roz.
No, he has rations in his backpack.
That's what I thought, but I didn't. I figured I'd make sure. Yeah, he's not going anywhere near like stuff, basically.
Mhm. Well, Songbird is basically kind of keeping an eye out for the three training. she was a little concerned considering how everything happened and how they got split off. That it's like what could happen to the kid. And, he is a kid on this thing, but he was also warned that it was going to be dangerous. He still wanted to come anyway. But even though she is hanging out with that one, she's just kind of keeping her eyes and trying to be observant of what's going on around her. Because right now she's not really trusting much of anybody except for her group.
All right. Okay, so you're just keeping an eye on people. You're people
Yes,
watching.
I'm people watching.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jania, um, this is some of the things you'll know. Okay, and I'm just gonna say it because all of you will eventually like hear about it or know about it. So, in the evening, guards and workers return. So the place has way more people. Okay, and they are dirty and muddy because working in the swamps and making roads. So they all return hungry, looking for food, maybe a little bit of drink, telling stories, and like there is dangers out there. Like hey, we were attacked by a tree today, things like that. So there is a more activity in the evening. There's also probably twice as many guards in the evening. Since you've started to observe the guards, one of the things you'll note is there is actually, even though most of the guards wear similar, um, they they not a uniform because they have like different armor. Some of them have leather, some of them have chain. They have, and it's not matching uniforms. They do all wear, is it a talberd? Like the thing that you put over your head, almost like a parker, but it's like a front and a back, and it's sleeveless. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the proper name for it, but that thing.
Poncho.
Well, it looks like a poncho, but it's actually an old medieval thing. It's either like a talberd or a tunic or something like that. But anyway, you put it over and then you tie a belt around it, and there's a front and a back. Okay?
Tunic. Mm-hmm.
It's tunic, right?
Tunic.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So the guards are all wearing one of those, but underneath, like I said, they have different clothing and thing. That's the only thing that signifies the guards, and it's not even like fancy with insignias. It's just the same muddy red color. Okay. But even amongst the guards, you can tell that there's individuals that they're cliques. So there's little cliques in the guards. Some of the guards are very rough and tumble, unshaven, undisciplined, brutes, maybe mercenaries. And then there's some that look like soldiers. They're clean shaven, their weapons are maintained, their armor is maintained, and they look very prim and proper. Okay? The prim and proper ones are the ones that you would assume are very similar to our Red's group. Okay? You could tell that these are probably his recruits. These are his soldiers. The rest of them, they're definitely Boglucks. Okay? And they kind of mill towards each other. So, like, when Bogluck is walking around, he probably has a lot of his group with him. They work together, but you can tell, like, even when the assignments are done, all these clean cut out in the swamp workers, they're the ones that are returning. They're the ones that were out of the roadhouse when the fight went on. So now that they're back, you can see the differences a little bit more clearly. They stand out to you a little bit more. You realize that Bogluck's mercenaries have filtered into this group and are wearing the uniforms, but they're definitely more killers and fighters as opposed. So this is where things start to stand out. And even in those groups, you can see that there's some that are kind of like bridging the differences between them. Like there's a couple of individuals that hang out with both groups. They'll talk with like some of the mercs, and then they'll go over and talk with some of the soldiers. And these guys are kind of in the middle. And there's very few of them. Maybe like three or four that you note that are doing that. Otherwise, they tend to stay to themselves. inside of Bogluck's group, there are certain individuals that they will not interact with anybody outside of the group at all. So those one or two or those three or four individuals that come over and talk to them, they
Mhm.
shun them. They like if they show up, they kind of get up and find something else to do or walk away. Okay, so even in Bogluck's groups, there's like probably two factions or two different types of ideologies. As far as the workers, nothing really special. They're all walks of life. They're mostly human. A couple of dwarves, maybe a halfling or a gnome or two. No, actually, no, there was no gnomes. There was a couple of halflings, a few dwarfs, and a bunch of humans. And none of them look well to do. They all look like hardy individuals that are getting paid to build a road. The dwarves are foremans, so they're in charge of the workers. They're the engineers. Most of the humans are common labor, and then the halflings are like runners. So they, communicate down, up and down the lines. Okay,
Okay.
that's basically what you learn of all the people that are in this place, and there's over 50 people here, not counting you guys. So there's dozens upon dozens of people. And you realize, like, some of the guards, there are a lot of people that are gone during the day that are out on the road, and they've all suddenly returned. So this place is jumping. They eat, they drink a little bit, and then everybody goes to sleep because tomorrow they start it all over again. So that's what you guys will learn from people watching. As far as people who are treating you oddly or interacting, because Ginny, you're trying to go through the thing. So that one faction within Bogluck's group, they want nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. And almost rude about it. Not outright rude, but just like that subtle, like cold shoulder type of rude.
Mm-hmm.
The other group of Bogluck's people, the Mercs, they seem alright with you. Especially since you like rezzed a couple of them. But you could see that they have a fascination with Vero. Cause he fights with like no weapons and like they can't touch him. They're like so you hear the conversations like he's so fast. Like he was there and I should have had him. I should have taken his head clean off and then he wasn't there. Like how did he do that? I need to know how he did that. Like that's kind of what you pick up from that group. They just admire like strength and prowess. Um Combat prowess. Um the soldiers, they are kind of boring. They just, talking about reports and trying to keep everything organized. They seem a little bit like, how did they even make it into this like group? Like, how did they sign up? Like, they're questioning that. But they are pleased that there is a cleric amongst them now because they haven't had healing for a while. So they're hoping that like, maybe some of the diseases or some of the afflictions they're getting now can be treated. So they're looking at you kind of favorably,
Okay.
knowing that you are a healer and like we got a combat medic now. Oh, this is fantastic. That's kind of the thing that's going on with them. As far as the workers, they're just like listening to the story that happened, like, but they really haven't like fallen into a thing. Most of them will give you like a wide berth only because you can probably like, flick them and kill them, especially Vero.
Right.
So that's basically the feel and the information you gathered from just watching the groups in one night. That's a lot. And you will forget it all by next week because we're done.
That is a lot, but I feel better about sticking around because,
No, absolutely. Your job is here, but yes, they were gonna send you back, so that was good on your part to like be like, no, 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 we need to. You have to let us stay. He doesn't exactly know why. That's why it was more like, all right, I'll support your thing. It's like, look, if you want to die, go ahead. I mean, I'm only paying you for 2 more days. That's pretty much what he was thinking. I mean, I probably should have kept that to myself, but so, Any questions? Anyone else before we wrap it up? Because it is 11:55.
No.
Mhm.
Nope, we're gonna raid over into you.
Oh, okay. While you do that, oh, I'm watching my CPU be at 100% right now. Why, I have no idea. It hates me, I'm
Because I
telling
heard
you.
it.
Fantasy Grounds.
I
It's
don't
Fantasy
know if, I don't
Grounds.
think it's Fantasy Grounds.
Well, I'm not
I mean,
streaming, and I'm pegging out at 100, and I think it's because the Fantasy Grounds is acting completely insane. Because there should be no reason why I'm pegging 100.
no, it's OBS Studios. It's all the browser stuff that all of a sudden is now taking up stuff again. It's taking up resources, and I don't know why. It just dropped again, but it's OBS. It's not. Oh, hello, Raiders. Welcome in. How was your stream?
It was fabulous.
Oh shit, she could talk. No. No. Welcome in, guys. All right, I'm gonna look for somebody to raid. Before we go, you guys could do your outros and plug your channels if you would like. Actually, do
Plug
that
it
while I'm
in,
looking for
plug
stuff.
it in.
All right. Well, I'm Foxy Project. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch and YouTube. I stream mostly survival crafting. Okay, mostly 7 Days to Die, and on almost every Tuesday, I'm here doing D&D, and every other Monday, we'll be doing D&D as well. So, that's me.
Raj, you would be
Next.
next. We have to skip
Okay.
2 non-streamers. Yeah.
I am Loco 1956. I stream War Thunder every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm here on Tuesdays and Thursdays for some D&D. And that's me.
Yay.
Yay.
And Songbird.
Hi, I'm Lady Magla, mainly known as Lady M here on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer that had a set schedule and no longer has a set schedule, so I try to stream whenever I can. And usually I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays, obviously with this group on Tuesdays. For Tyranny and Dragons, Thursdays it's switching back and forth between Dragonlance and Vecna. Saturdays, we'll get back to it soon, but I'm usually over at Insomnia Night RPG's channel at 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time for Call of Cthulhu Shadows of the Orient Express. And I am with Foxy every other Monday doing, well, eventually I will get that if I stop being sick. That would be a good thing.
That would be a good thing.
I would love to join that group because the chaos that's going in there, I'm loving.
All right. Can we link to those Twitches? Yes. Can you do the shout outs to all 3 of them before we switch over? We're gonna go raid into Ticking Time Bob. They're playing Pendragon, and they're about 45 minutes into it, but they're a supporter here, so we're gonna go support them. As everybody said, our next game will be Thursday night. We're playing Dragonlance this week, right? Yes, Dragonlance this week. So Dragonlance starts a little bit later because Biff and Pixels are on the west coast. So we start a little bit later there, but that one's a fun game too. You also see Roz, Vero, and well, let me correct that. You'll see Loco, Lady M, and Rhino there as well. And then we are on a little bit of a break until next Tuesday when we're back here at normal time, and we'll see if the Scooby Gang can solve the mystery of the Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
And also I might be streaming tomorrow, as I might stream during the day tomorrow to work on some art stuff. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But
Ooh, which arts are you looking for?
So I'm still working on this picture, the redo of this group's picture. I finally sketched out Elios in a way that I found that worked and made sense. And I gotta do Roz and Elios. They're the last 2 I need to do, and then the backgrounds and stuff. Look, Lady M, I did a thing. Yay! Thank you, Wandering. I didn't realize Wandering did all the shout outs. Thank you, bro.
He did.
I thought it was
He
you.
started and I was like, I was gonna let it ride. I was like, oh, I'm letting it ride.
All right. So that being said, we will head over there. I'm gonna do the thing. Again, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for the follows, the shout outs, all the good stuff. We appreciate the support, and we will. Oh, thank you. And wait, Miley? Oh yeah, thank you. It's basically I took the old Forgotten Realms logo and basically repainted this thing to make it look kind of similar. So I'm glad that you like it. That's really about it. But thank you again, and we'll see everybody hopefully soon. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Follow everybody in the link.
And I'm gonna go to the outro place, but we're gonna go right into Ticking Time Bomb. So stick around for that. All right, bye.